I think it makes you work on what's more creative. I actually think it's some ways beneficial because you don't have to do the more routine tasks, the more sort of time consuming tasks. As technology improves, humans are supposed to get more freedom, more choice to then use their creative consciousness to solve problems that technology can't. And to your point before, Andrew, I just want to mention Alexandra Fusulu, who is a freelance writer who also teaches people how to make money as a freelance writer. That's a YouTuber. I was just really interested in her take because this is the first group that I feel are actually potentially disrupted now, along with maybe graphic designers, because you can, as you guys were just talking about, directly take a piece of content from GPT-3, put it into your blog post, put it into your website, and then do you still hire that writer on Fiverr? And that's what she is. She's a writer on Fiverr. So she's been really digging in and kind of answering this question. And her take is pretty simple. It's massively making writers more efficient, but there's still a final step that the writer does to edit, to customize, to whatever it is. So her conclusion, to really summarize, so you don't have to watch her video about it, if you're going to be, let's say, making money on Fiverr as a freelance writer, you're going to be using a chat AI tool to start the article, to modify it through a dialogue like interface, but it's going to write most of it for you. So instead of you charging $200 to write an article, you're going to charge $50 because it's so much quicker and easier for it to do that. So you're now going to produce far more at a quicker pace with the addition of AI. So it'll kind of balance itself out. You'll do less of the core writing, more of the sort of editing and direction of it. You'll probably have more clients, you'll produce more content, but there's still a need for a human, which I think you were sort of alluding to, Andrew, your own team, same situation.
Yeah, in my and I'm not saying my circumstances would translate to everyone's business per se, but for the example I was provided earlier, like give me 5 clickable YouTube titles. Well, I'm using my knowledge, my expertise, my years of being a YouTube expert to look at those 5 options and then putting some common sense into the mix. And isolating, okay, number 2 is going to be the best version for this particular video that I've watched. The AI hasn't watched the video. I watched the video. I know that client's audience like the back of my hand. I know what will most likely perform better than, I don't know for sure. Nobody has a crystal ball. But yeah, there is that component. I love that you flagged this because I also found a Twitter thread from Marketing Max. I'm on his email newsletter list. And he literally put out a tweet that went crazy on January 10th, but I just replaced my entire 5-person marketing team with an amazing new ChatGPT technology. So let's quickly go through this. Number 1, his ad copywriter. This one is obvious because all tools built with this tech so far are copywriting tools, but still I was paying a very expensive ad copywriter. So I just replaced them with this prompt for ChatGPT. It's not totally accurate because it's not like he's completely replaced the person because that person was literally doing everything for him. And now he has to do the prompt into ChatGPT. He needs to decide which one he's going to go through or using this particular copywriting for that ad or that social media post or that blog post. I would argue that you're not completely replacing someone, but what you've done with this tool is basically lowering the barrier of entry because now an okay skilled copywriter immediately becomes a powerful copywriter when they have this tool in their back pocket, right? The next one he lists here is an advisor. Yes, I actually fired one of my advisors and took back his advisory equity shares because I could replace him with this prompt. And he's giving some pretty good examples
That's
here.
An move.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal. When I saw that too, I was like, ooh, ouch. I wonder how that advisor feels. And then number 3, project manager. I was paying this project manager $150,000 a year to manage difficult clients. So now I'm saving $150,000 a year with ChatGPT. He basically asked ChatGPT, how do I respond to a difficult client about ABC? Number 4 is a hiring manager.
Wait, a project manager? You still wait. ChatGPT can't replace a project manager.
This is not a direct comparison. This is definitely not a direct fair one-to-one comparison because like I said earlier, you're not really replacing someone.
I'm calling some BS.
Yeah, exactly. And then number 4, hiring manager. Basically, he had the ChatGPT write or draft a job application email process for an applicant when you're looking to add another person to your team. And then number 5 was the best one. That's the funniest one. He says, myself. Yeah, that's right. I just fired myself. Every week I feature one growth hack in my Growth Hacks weekly newsletter. Sometimes that growth hack is featuring a famous marketing campaign and breaks down what we can learn from it. I don't need to write it anymore. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I think it's a little extreme.
I'm not saying people are going to lose their jobs. I'm not saying people are going to lose their clients, but this is like, I'm going to use the example that everybody likes to use. When the automobile was invented, horses just didn't disappear. There are all kinds of extra careers that popped up. Now, all of a sudden you have mechanics and roadwork personnel and electronics and car designers, and all of these additional careers popped up because now the automobile became a thing. Horses didn't disappear. They just have their own places now where people can go ride their horses or race their horses or what have you. The point is, a brand new product became available, and then it became cheap enough that more and more people were able to afford to purchase a car. And now we have all kinds of career choices out there for people in those automotive industries, right? ChatGPT could be, I don't have a crystal ball, could be something like that, right? Whereby we're lowering the barrier of entry for copywriters and social media managers and what have you. And hopefully this will make the entire system of knowledge sharing more efficient. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think it makes you work on what's more creative. I actually think it's some ways beneficial because you don't have to do the more routine tasks, the more sort of time-consuming tasks. You get to do just that creative final touch or use your intellect to solve a problem that the chat and the API can't. So, it's a bit of a rosy glasses view of it all, but as technology improves, humans are supposed to get more freedom, more choice to then use their creative consciousness to solve problems that technology can't, rather than sweep the floors or the more mundane task, sweep up the poop from the horses that used to walk the streets. Cars don't do that, You triggered another thing, Andrew. I thought, great video. I'm sure someone's already considering this, but I can see the YouTube title. I lived my life by asking GPT-3 what to do in every single decision, I made. What do I have for breakfast? What should I do next? I can see someone just making a video. It's a classic Mr. Beast style video right there.
That would be a good video. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.